That's right, we're going one bigger. I'm Ashley with Watch Mojo, and these are the top 20 best anime of the century so far. For this list, we'll be looking at the greatest anime series to be released at the turn of the new millennium that have managed to leave a lasting impact to the point where we're still raving about them decades later. As always, you can catch me on Twitter at AshJBo, so head over there, give me a follow, and let me know which you think is the best anime of the century so far.
Just watch me, L. I'll solve equations with my right hand and write names with my left.
Number 20, Hajime no Ippo. A true gem of the sports genre that quite frankly deserves way more attention than it's gotten, considering it delivered a true underdog story interwoven with incredible fights, a whole host of endearing fighters, and such an overwhelming love for boxing, it's almost palpable. Witnessing the meek and kind-hearted Ippo go from victim to champion makes for quite the hero's journey, one helmed by the question of, what does it truly mean to be strong? Now! Whether you're here to see Ippo flatten his opponents or the endless training montages, this series is a feast that quite frankly should have gotten a 4th season by now. This video is sponsored by Footmouse.
Introducing a revolution in gaming. Footmouse, the first science-based gaming mouse made for feet.
And Footmouse is sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends, the dark action MMORPG where you collect and customize hundreds of champions to take into battle. I love the high-end graphics in Raid, and the ability to join a clan and take on opponents in PvP are some of my favorite features. Raid is free to play and is available on mobile and desktop. The daily login rewards program for new players has been doubled from 90 to 180 days. Log in daily to claim energy refills, silver and gems, shards, and a free barbarian legendary champion, Sile of the Drakes. Go to the video description, click on the special links, and if you are a new player, you will get 100,000 silver, 50 gems, 1 energy refill, plus free champion adjudicator. All this treasure will be waiting for you here. Good luck, and I'll see you there. Number 19, Haikyuu. There have been plenty of flawed, lovable anime lads who won fans over by taking on a particular ball game in the competitive field, but these crows took things to the next level. Thanks to its gorgeous animation and the fact that they managed to turn something like volleyball into a breathtaking spectacle, Karasuno High's volleyball club spiked their way into our hearts. Watching Hinata and Kageyama push themselves to become better athletes, that final showdown with Shiratorizawa, all of it will leave you awaiting the next serve with bated breath. Number 18, The Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya. Did the Endless Eight nearly drive us to the brink? Yes. Do we regret a second of watching the SOS Brigade engage in all manner of misadventures with the threat of reality shattering at every turn? Not a chance.
I can't let Haruhi leave. If I let her walk out that door, we'll end up reliving the past 2 weeks again and again for 1,000 more times.
There's something so charming about watching a cynical bastard like Kyon get dragged around by the eternally optimistic force of nature that is Haruhi Suzumiya, who just happens to unknowingly hold the ability to twist time and space on a whim.
You're gonna help!
I feel like I'm being bullied out of my lunch money.
Throw in time travelers, data mines, and other anomalies, and you have a recipe for a damn good time. Just not if you're Kyon.
Because whether you care about it or not, I really do want you to die.
Number 17, My Hero Academia. It's the juggernaut that continues to deconstruct while paying homage to the cliches that make superheroes so beloved.
君は ヒーローになれる。
Set in a world where the majority of the population are imbued with otherworldly abilities, it falls to the once quirkless Midoriya to rise up to the challenge as the world's next greatest hero. Between the hijinks of Class 1A, commentary on Hero Society as a whole, the clashes with the League of Villains, as well as the beautifully woven character development, there's a reason why each new season of this show continues to be a seasonal event. Plus Ultra. Number 16, Madoka Magica. There have been many who have tried to twist and subvert the magical girl genre, and while there have been a few valiant attempts, none have come close to measuring up to the hauntingly beautiful tale conjured up by the master of broken feels, Gen Urobuchi.
こんな結末を変えられるの？もちろんさ。だから僕と契約して魔法少女になってよ。
While an encounter with an adorable wishmaker sounds like the chance the shy Madoka and her friends have been looking for, they soon learn that there are consequences for living out a fantasy, and that even the purest of intentions can be corrupted. It's a true game changer, one that isn't afraid to shatter any and all preconceptions, no matter how much misery it brings our colourful heroines. Number 15, Shogen Roku Rakugo Shinju.
師匠おいらあんたに捨てられたらどうにもならねえんだよ何もなくなっちまうんだ
そうかい。
Something of a cultural phenomenon that managed to shake up the anime scene with its potent drama, bittersweet characterization, and skillful narrative accessibility to the ancient art of Rakugo storytelling. We can't do enough justice as to just how unique, fulfilling, and wonderfully recognized this series is.
まあ少し飲むくらいなら付き合ってやるかい
そうからくっちゃ
After a former Yakuza serves his time, he sets out into the world in order to become a Rakugo performer, now under the strained tutelage of a rather unwilling master practitioner. Fueled by the conflict both on and off stage, this one truly is something special.
あとね、師匠。もう一つ、ずっと言いたかったことがあるんす。
なんだい
スケロクを継がせてください。
Number 14, Monogatari Series. How does one even quantify this show?
避けるより正しい判断だったろう。いや、間違っていたのかもしれない。なぜなら、彼女の体がとてつもなく軽かったからだ。
A half vampire going around saving the ladies in his life from supernatural oddities, accompanied by a stunning animation landscape, fourth wall breaks, striking visual metaphors, and enough sexual awkwardness to make anyone's high school experience seem tame by comparison. There's something here for everyone, since Araragi seems to get into as many blistering battles as he does encounter top-tier ladies. This show is truly one of a kind, and we wouldn't have it any other way. Number 13, Kaiji. Turns out debt can be scarier than the most horrific creatures to crawl out of the anime cesspool.
途切れた生き残りのための最後の糸もうどうしていいのか俺には
Gliding through life as a hopeless loser, our man Kaiji finds himself in the unfortunate position of accruing an astronomical amount of debt, and in order to escape financial hell, he's going to have to risk his life.
嫌だ落ちたくない 落ちたくない
With numerous and dangerous gambling gauntlets to overcome, watching Kaiji use his wits to claw his way out of the direst straits isn't only exhilarating, but also makes us feel much, much better about our own life choices. Stay away from pachinko machines, everyone. Number 12, One Punch Man. Say what you will about the rather lackluster reception of Season 2, The Strongest Hero's original outing was pretty much hype incarnate.
Yet what can be expected from a hero?
Focusing on the antics of a caped crusader with the strength to decimate any villain with but a single swipe of his fist, this series managed to balance crazy action sequences, absurd hilarity, as well as the tricky tightrope that is maintaining tension, in spite of the fact we all know there's nothing in the cosmos that can stop Saitama and his doomsday knuckle sandwich. Take every anime convention you think you know and prepare for it to get smashed to pieces with just one punch.
Killer Move Serious Series. Serious Punch.
Number 11, Fate Zero. The Uro Butcher strikes again, only this time he's taken the already savage nature of the Fateverse and somehow managed to push it to the very apex of dark and depressing.
I will discover whatever it is you're hiding, Saber.
Taking place during the Fourth Holy Grail War, this prequel once again illustrates the many fantastical battles between various human masters and their servants summoned from ages past. While the fight scenes are a true spectacle thanks to Ufotable's god-tier animation, Zero's relentless exploration into the worst that mankind has to offer will undoubtedly stain your soul by the end. Why must you make us suffer with your genius, Urobuchi?
No. You are the fool. I can't understand.
Number 10, Monster. You don't know evil until you've met Johann Liebert.
I was supposed to die that night. You're the one who resurrected me, Doctor.
After a surgeon chooses to save the life of a young boy over that of a political figure, not only does he find his career in jeopardy, but he may have unwittingly unleashed a genius psychopath on the world, one not even the remnants of the Nazi party can control, who can also easily convince you to slaughter your loved ones with just a casual conversation.
Well, Richard, how about a drink?
Yep, that's Johann for you. Along with Dr. Tenma, this series thrust us into a deadly game between these two polar opposites, as Johann's continuous atrocities further push what is ultimately a decent man to consider crossing the unforgivable line of murder.
It'll all end here, on this spot.
Number 9, Steins Gate. As far as sci-fi epics go, few have ever come close to matching this show's caliber, wit, and world building.
And rest assured, when next we meet, I shan't be caught off guard so easily. Very well.
Upon the realization that he can send texts back into the past via a microwave, Okabe and his gaggle of colleagues, Misfits and legendary best girl Kurisu, think they've cracked the greatest scientific discovery of all time. And they have. And now they're gonna pay for it.
L, Psi, Kongru.
Whether it's mysterious corporations gunning for their lives, or trying to find a way to beat death through time jumps, the way the narrative spirals, contorts, and ultimately resolves easily earned it the mantle of one of modern anime's greatest.
Hear me, privileged companions. Time is ours. Hoin Kyoma's mind recognizes no limits. Neither does his reach.
Number 8, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. From Phantom Blood to Golden Wind, from Jonathan's Diamond Chin all the way to Giorno's accompanying piano, JoJo Mania has managed to infiltrate every corner of the anime scene in the mere blink of an eye, and we couldn't be happier. With each series chronicling the tragedies and triumphs of the Joestar bloodline, every iteration has brought its own unique flair, setting, and fabulous dress sense.
ただの若者だったシーザー
Whether you're all about Joseph and his outlandish sense of comic timing, Jotaro and his penchant for punches, or Josuke and his divine hairdo, there's truly a JoJo experience out there for everyone. Number 7. Gintama. You have shows that go out of their way to blend comedy and action, and then you have Gintama, which somehow managed to excel and layer the two together so seamlessly it became a beast all of its own. Parodying everything under the sun, outrageous slapstick, never shying away from taking a stab at other anime, all the while giving us a gaggle of crazy samurai, aliens, and other misfits who never fail to get themselves into trouble. And yet, it still succeeds in pulling off conflicts, emotional twists, and intriguing narratives that put most other series out to pasture. Gintoki is just that good. Number 6. Attack on Titan. What started off as a brutal and uncompromising dark fantasy has since propelled itself to legendary status, all thanks to its medley of visceral action, fascinating premise, and gradual narrative maturity. With humanity close to extinction due to the endless hunger of giant cannibalistic creatures known as Titans, it falls to a small corps to slay the beasts and slowly reclaim mankind's grip on the world, at least until they discover that there's just as much danger behind the walls. After all, humans that are willing to take their sacrilegious secrets to the grave are deadlier than any Titan. Look, once you see Levi strut his stuff, you're gonna be hooked either way. Number 5. Death Note.
Death Note? As in a notebook of death?
The shining star of anime's occult thriller scene, the battle of wits between the wannabe god of the New World and the eccentric detective was a masterclass in storytelling, giving us a psychological game of chess where every move potentially equaled death. After gaining the titular Death Note and discovering he can kill whoever he wishes by just writing down their name, a student like Yagami decides to purge the rotten world of those he views as evil, only to have his future utopia threatened by the mysterious L.
Quite frankly, I wouldn't be surprised if Kira sees right through this.
Your son's clever, isn't he?
The mental warfare, the ingenious twists, the shades of grey surrounding each character, this property truly raised the bar for the medium.
I've won. Exactly as planned.
Number 4. Code Geass.
I am Zero.
Zero? How far would you go in order to free an oppressed people from a tyrannical rule, even if said tyrants were your own family? Well, if you're Lelouch v Britannia, you inherit a mind-controlling pair of peepers, start a revolution, and give us one of the best sci-fi series of the modern age.
What's happening here? I, Lelouch v Britannia, command you. Now all of you, die.
While Lelouch's crusade to free the Japanese masses from the elitist empire he once called home is enthralling, its moral ambiguity in how the war for freedom creates more monsters than heroes is what truly pushes the series above its peers.
Lelouch v Britannia commands you. Obey me, subjects! Obey me, world! All hail Lelouch!
Number 3, Hunter x Hunter. It might come across as your average light-hearted shonen at first glance, but as any fan knows, Gon's goal to become a hunter and find his father is utterly exceptional in just about everything it does.
そんな目で見つめないでよ。興奮しちゃうじゃないか。
The character progression of its leads, the intricacies of its power system, the way it approaches each story arc and flips every convention on its head, the scale of its fights, how each villain is the furthest thing from generic, and perhaps most importantly, how it managed to elevate Gon punching a humanoid cat's face to the anime equivalent of a Renaissance painting. Honestly, our biggest complaint is we may never see a sequel series, even if we wait to the next century.
道草を楽しみ大いにね欲しいものより大切なものがきっとそっちに転がってる
Number 2, Gurren Lagann.
My drill is the drill that creates the heavens!
You don't know the meaning of bombastic until you've witnessed the unfiltered tour de force that is this series. One that not only gave us some of the most badass scenes ever, but also introduced us to the man, the myth, the shirtless legend himself, Kamina.
Just who the hell do you think I am, fuzzball? From here on, the name of this mecha is Gurren Lagann!
Gurren?
Lagann?
As the fleeting human resistance struggles against the armadas of the Beastmen race, hope arrives in the form of the timid digger, Simon, who along with some of the most ludicrously awesome mecha you've ever seen, slowly start to turn the tide for humanity's survival. Just who the hell do you think they are? Before we reveal our number 1 pick of the century so far, here are a few very worthy honorable mentions.
僕がついてる。
レイちゃん。
一生かかってでも。
Stay back! Get away, you monster!
Old timer, did you know that I'm Firo Prochanezo of the well-respected Martello family? Did you?
You see, I've had a change of heart, and I can't allow myself to get beaten by someone like you.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure to go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1, Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. From its characters to its philosophy, all the way to its blinding fight scenes, the Elric brothers' quest to reclaim their bodies is downright mesmerizing.
コートが台無しじゃねえか。
オートミール。
It's honestly a struggle to pick out one thing this series fails at, as it not only faithfully adapts Hiromu Arakawa's work to a T, but utterly excels in balancing its intricate fantasy battles with some seriously heavy subjects.
貴様はこう言ったな。まだまだ死なないと。ならば。
Religion, militarism, genocide, family, sacrifice, and revenge all permeate the series from the get-go. So rest assured, while it knows when to bring the smiles thanks to its iconic and flawed cast of alchemists, it also isn't afraid to delve into the darkest aspects of the human experience. Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from Watch Mojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.